Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Sci-Fi Dragon channel. Usually, I don't do kit or product reviews, but I just bought a new tool, and I think it's worth reviewing for my fellow modelers. It might even prove useful for some of you. Okay, so I've been building models since I was 10 years old. As of 2023, that means I've been making plastic models for about 64 years. In recent years, my eyesight has changed to a point where painting or working with small model parts has become somewhat difficult. I've never considered myself really great at painting figures from my 1/35th scale military models, but lately painting faces has become very hard because I can't see the details as sharply as necessary. Even mounted magnifying glasses haven't helped much. I found a solution to this annoying problem and want to share it with you. The website where I get about 90% of my modeling supplies had a high-tech gadget that turned out to be perfect for my needs. The tool in question is an electronic microscope. Yep, I said microscope. This unit displays a sharp image on a 4.3-inch LCD screen, which I find much easier to see than squinting over a magnifying glass. A quick word about the instructions. I found the instructions nearly useless. Obviously translated from some other language, the explanations are vague and very badly worded. For example, regarding the on-off button, the instructions say, quote, "Long press the switch machine," unquote. Huh? Several parts are mislabeled, and so are some of the functions. Also, explanations for getting between functions and setting menu modes and such are either lacking or missing completely. Now, don't panic. Luckily, operating the microscope is simple and rather instinctive. I figured out everything I needed to know by playing with the controls for about 5 minutes. If you think you might want one of these, don't let my warning about the instructions stop you. This video should show you all you need to know. After figuring out how to operate the microscope, I made a small modification to the unit. The metal support tube is only 4.5 inches high when installed. I wanted more workspace under the lens to accommodate painting model figures and parts. So I replaced the metal tube with a 7-inch tall plastic tube. Works just fine. Just FYI, there is a slot for a micro SD card, and the instructions say you can capture video and photos from the screen. Here's a quick look at the microscope's main controls. The flip image button flips the screen image vertically. It also reduces the magnification level, but only if you're in photo mode. Sorry, I found nothing about how to set this mode. The menu button displays a list of subfunctions, including set language, set time and date, LCD or screen brightness, screen saver, which sets a time limit for displaying a screensaver in place of your active screen, power frequency, which lets you select between 50 or 60 cycles for your AC input, default setting, and version, which just pops up the version of the software on the unit. The only one of these I think I'm going to find useful in the future is changing the screen brightness. I've already set the date and time, but that probably only be useful if I shoot photos or video. The OK button controls imaging functions. Per the instructions, quote, short press to take photo, long press the video, then press to stop recording. Got it? The on-off button, again, quoting the instructions, quote, short press to enter file playback mode, long press the switch machine. Okay, basically you have to hold the button down for about 3 seconds to turn the unit on or off. All right, moving on. Increase magnification. Press this button to zoom in on your subject. The size of the image on the screen will, of course, increase. The flip image button, as I mentioned before, will reduce the magnification, but only when you're in photo mode. Again, there were no instructions on how to select this mode. Focusing. Rotating this large black dial left or right brings the image on the screen into focus. Light level is controlled by turning a dial set on the right side of the screen. This dial can turn the LEDs off completely or raise them to full brightness. Okay, there are a few, mechanical features you should know about. Height. Setting the distance between the lens and the object you want to see on the screen is controlled 2 ways. First, you can move the entire unit up or down on the main support tube. There's a locking screw at the back to keep the unit in place. Second, there is a fine adjustment knob on the right side of the microscope's mount, that black boxy part that slips over the support tube. Turning this dial raises or lowers the lens a short distance. The knob on the left side of the unit locks the lens in place. Light from the LEDs around the lens is reflected by a metal plate in the base. This works fine for transparent subjects like slides, but produces too much glare when examining opaque items like model parts. To solve this problem, I simply replaced the metal plate, or covered it up, with a simple piece of white styrene plastic. The microscope has a built-in rechargeable battery. The provided USB cable can be plugged into a standard USB AC adapter to charge the battery from a standard AC outlet. Now, the instructions say that you can remove the battery and run on AC alone. Wrong! I tried this procedure and it simply didn't work. Without the battery in place, I plugged in the AC power cord, but the unit would not turn on. Well, that's one more thing the instructions screwed up. However, with the battery in place, you can plug in the AC adapter and run the unit that way. Here's a quick demonstration. The on-off button activates the screen and the LED lighting at the same time. Focusing the microscope is done by turning the wide black knob set underneath the screen. Magnification is digital and is set by 2 buttons on the screen unit. The one on the right increases your image size. The one on the left decreases the image size. LED lighting is fully adjustable by rotating the dial on the right side of the screen housing. Okay, so I'm planning to use this device so I can do a better job of painting things like faces on my 1/35th scale model figures. So here's a quick look at how a 1/35th scale figure's head looks under the microscope. That should give you a good idea of how this device works and whether or not it might be useful to you. I haven't actually used it yet, but I am looking forward to painting figures for my next military model using this microscope. Now, I'm sure many of you are wondering what this gizmo costs, right? Well, at about $75 plus shipping and handling, it isn't cheap, but it should prove worth it for my personal needs. You'll have to decide for yourself if that price is a little too high for you. Well, that's about all I have to say about this gadget. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like on YouTube and help me grow my channel by subscribing. Thanks for watching. See you soon.